Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to show you the rare opportunity that we get from time to time to help with prototyping with certain companies. And today we're talking about Unrivaled Technologies. You may or may not know of the Unrivaled Brake that really took the competitive scene by storm over the last couple of years. This is the 14x1 left-hand AK brake from Unrivaled that I have found to be the absolute best on the market as of July of 2025. Even today, I think it's the absolute best. We have a full video on this. I'll try to remember to link it, but that's the thumbnail. In today's video, we're gonna take a look at the prototype in 24 right hand, 24 millimeter right hand. That is a very common thread pitch these days. Wasn't back in the day, but it's getting more and more popular. We have the prototype from Unrivaled, so I thought it would be really cool to show you guys the testing that we did in today's video, some of the info that we ended up getting that we pass along to Unrivaled so that they can end up making the finished product. So remember, throughout this video, you are looking at a prototype that is subject to change. In today's video, we will be using our 762 SGL21 that has 24 millimeter threads. And we'll also be using my K101 and 556 that also has 24 millimeter threads. We'll check out both calibers and see what we see. But before we test these freaking super spectacular looking muzzle devices on these AKs, if you like this channel, you like what we do here and you want to support us in some way, I'm not going to ask for money on Patreon, and I don't want to do paid ad reads for ball sack razors. If you want to help us out, we have merch. Just go to thirdpinthreads.com. We got some cool t-shirts, we got some cool hats. A lot of our designs were hand drawn by Paul out of Red Stag Tattoos in Austin. Freaking well-known guy, does really good work. He's done awesome shirts like freaking this one and that one, and our Kalash Bash event t-shirt right here. Beautiful stuff, all hand drawn. I'm hoping to share the new designs with you guys very soon. They're coming right around the corner. That's the best way to support us. You get something for your cash. And yeah, I might even be the one packing your order, throwing some warheads in there. All right, let's test out some muzzle brakes, brother. I set up a little demo here to kind of show you what we're gonna get into today. So Unrivaled Technologies, they have made a muzzle device a couple of years ago that has absolutely been just spreading like freaking wildfire. Not only in the AR-15 scene, but it's been blowing up in the AK scene. So I've got the Legacy, the original brake right here. I'll tip it up to show you. It's thin, so this is a dead giveaway that it's for your 14x1 left hand, and you can actually see that it's notched right here to catch factory spring-loaded detents on AKs with a factory front sight post. So any AK, 545, 762x39, or 556, if you have a spring-loaded detent with that thread pitch, this thread's right on. And they're all 30 cal, so it's like a one-size-fits-all. I can personally tell you, putting a lot of ammo through these, that it is the most capable brake I've ever put on an AK to date. And that's high praise because I've had some amazing brakes in the past. So these guys have made a huge name for themselves in the world of AK, so much in fact that people have been demanding something in 24 millimeter right hand. If you don't know what 24 millimeter right hand is, most of you guys know, that's this right here. You see how fat these threads are? This is like an AK-74 front sight post. This is what you're gonna find on 74s or 100 series AKs. 24 millimeter right hand, but they're so thick, not a lot of people make muzzle brakes for these because they have to be massive, which is why you see the profile of these AK-74 brakes being so fat. They have to fit over those wide diameter threads. Now, Unrivaled reached out. They have a couple of prototypes here ready. They've tried to use some of the technology that they've developed here, upsize it. So what I want you to take a look at here is the factory muzzle device, and you can see these fish scales that kind of face to the rear. All this muzzle brake does, gas comes through, crashes into these baffles, is forced straight out and back. That pulls the gun forward, which tries to cancel out that rearward recoil. Then they're very well known for having tunable ports. See these little holes that go all the way around and all the way down? You can open and close these ports if the gun's rising too much, if it kicks to the left, kicks to the right. You can actually tune where you want to vent the gas depending on how you hold it. Lefties, righties, recoil works differently for all different types. They've actually taken two of these designs and carried it over to here. So I've got two of the prototypes here, and I'll just show you. I've got one in 556, and I've got one in 30 cal. See the different sizes in the holes? Same thread pitch. If you look at the 556 here, you'll see that compared to the Legacy brake, The chambers have the same shape, they're just upsized. You don't have 3 chambers, you have 2. They probably did that to keep it from being so long. You have 2 chambers, the exact same design, just upsized. And you'll even see they have the tunable ports not running down here, which is interesting, but just running along here. I noticed when I was playing around with this that this actually has a bit of a blast chamber, so you see it's a huge hollow void. It reminds me of an AK-74 brake. Big blast chamber with holes that vent gas up from the blast chamber, and then gas would enter this baffle, crash, pull the gun forward, and so on. So it looks like they've actually taken the AK-74 design and added that blast chamber, and that seems to be the only place that you can tune your left to right swing, which is also interesting. Anywho, so it's exactly the same. Anyway, what we're gonna do is we're gonna shoot one in 7.62 and one in 5.56. We'll do it 3 ways. We're gonna shoot it with no muzzle device. We'll shoot it with its factory 74 style muzzle device, and then we'll try out the Unrivaled, and we'll just see. And we'll pass a lot of this data on to those guys to see if they want to change anything when they start moving closer to a final product. But this is honestly just for fun, to show you guys prototyping. This is not the finished product, so it's always subject to change. All right, why don't we start with 5.56 first. No muzzle device. Okay, we'll get down on it. We'll do a triple tap. One more triple tap. I noticed a little jump to the right, but this gun doesn't have a lot of recoil anyway, so really not that bad. All right, we'll try the factory brake. Okay, factory 74 brake. Big difference. Really hold it. Triple tap. One more triple tap. Huge difference just going to that brake. All right, switch it out one more time. Okay, Unrivaled. Wow. I feel a difference. Really get down on it now. Very flat. Okay, triple tap. I felt a huge difference going from no brake to 74. I felt a big difference going from 74 to this. It definitely is doing brake things. Hell yeah. All right, let me change the angle, show you guys some more of it. Nice. It really does feel good. It really does. I feel like what I need to do is tune the ports on the left and the right. I feel nothing coming up and down, which is interesting because they only have one port open coming up. But yeah, man, I wonder what 3 chambers would feel like, because that feels really good. But yeah, it's a brake. It's doing brake things. I'm sure the camera girl is feeling some crazy concussion and seeing some fireball. Yeah. Okay. Let me go try 7.62. Okay, this is probably what most people want to see, is 7.62. This is a bone stock gun. Even the 101 that we just shot, the 5.56 AK, had tunable gas. It was fully closed, but even that tapers it down a little bit. This is a bone stock SGL 21, which is pretty cool. It should be pretty punchy. All right. No muzzle device, 7.62 factory gas. Yep. Yep. That's what turns your shoulder purple for sure. Okay, I'm gonna really try to control recoil. Just a jarring jump back to the right. Pretty jarring, actually. Okay, the triple tap. Triple tap. Just like a straight line up and to the right on the berm. Yeah, dude, that'll make you purple in no time. Okay, factory 74 brake. Lightly hold it. You can instantly feel a difference. Doesn't work as good on 762 as it does for 556. Okay, really trying now. Triple tap. There's no way around it. That gun has pretty decent recoil. Okay, let's go to Unrivaled now. Unrivaled. Big difference. Really trying. Man, I'll be honest, I still feel the gun just rocks with 762. I still feel a little bit in my shoulder, but the sights are dancing way less. I still feel a pretty decent amount of recoil. Nothing compared to what it felt like with no brake, and it's even better than the 74 brake. So it's good. I feel like it could be even better. It takes a huge edge off. It really does. But I don't know, man. 762 is a hard gun to tame, and some 762s need a little love with tunable gas. I will say, when you start coupling your muzzle devices with like a K&S piston or some way to turn that gas down, to me, you get way more out of the brake. I mean, a brake is not just going to detune the gun and make it less overgassed. Overgassed AK does overgassed AK things. The speed at which that bolt is traveling, slamming into the rear, the brake's not going to help that. But I could tell, and you probably can notice, the muzzle itself is relatively staying in the same place. Instead of coming back up and to the right, that has gotten better. So yeah, man, that's really all I have for you. We'll dump a couple of more mags through them and really call it a day, but that's prototyping. So I'll pass all this info over to Unrivaled and see what they do with it. But overall, dudes, step in the right direction. This is extremely exciting. This is really cool to have more really good muzzle brakes, tunable muzzle brakes for 24mm. There's just not that much out there for this thread pitch. It doesn't get a lot of love in America, unfortunately. So yeah, let's shoot a little bit more, and then I'll see you guys next time. All right, no shoulder. Oof. Yeah, you can see the overgassing. What you're seeing there without shouldering it, that bolt carry or slamming back is going to cause the gun to rise. It's pretty hard to tune that. So maybe Unrivaled, maybe we put those ports back on top. Give us some more threaded holes to vent gas straight up in the air, maybe. You thought I'd leave you without doing a 30-round mag dump? This is not an ALG trigger, so don't make fun of me if it's not fast. You don't change parts out of a Saiga, especially the ones with fancy factory folders. Okay, see what it feels like doing a little dumperoo. Ready? You know, recoil felt pretty good that time. I don't know if you've ever shot a full turbo AK, but when they start going in full turbo mode, everything kind of balances out until the final mag. Hell yeah. We should try that on a full turbo AK. So this one has an ALG, so I should totally outrun that piece of trash Saiga that we just shot. With my K101, with that brake. And this is like a good example of what tunable gas can do for you. We don't even have the tunable gas open, but nice brake coupled with just a K&S piston bleeding a little bit of gas. ALG guns are capable of freakish things. So let's go ahead and show you that here. This gun is getting the full benefit from that brake. Oh, are we ready? Woo. It just felt like a laser. It just stayed in the same place. That is what coupling just a scotch of tapering off a scotch of gas with an effective muzzle brake can do for you. I wager if we were to cut the freaking piston out of that high value, high dollar Saiga SGL 21, not gonna, but let's say we did. If we put a K&S on that thing and just slowed down the speed of that bolt coupled with that muzzle device, it'd be pretty crazy. We're not gonna, just saying, if you wanna, you could. All right. Now I'm gonna leave you. That's all I have for you. Unrivaled, maybe some holes right there. Other than that, pretty freaking cool. And you know what, just for shits and gigs, maybe do one with a third port. I don't care if it's too long. It's for performance, okay? We don't care how loud it is. We don't care how much flash it has. That's why I haven't talked about that at all in this video. Performance, competition. Who cares about blast and fireballs? No one cares. This is loud exhaust pipes on your freaking Porsche. It's for performance, okay? All right. See you guys next time.